He was also apparently, even though 2 years, he was like one of the third all times for a season.
Third all time on the season.
Sixth of all time in general, but for one season, like third all time for Ole Miss.
And he was second in the SEC behind Tua.
Yes.
In Alabama, so that was pretty neat.
Crazy.
And the most crazy part about this whole thing, because it was a big shock, because the kid's 21 years of age.
Yeah.
Right? And so
I have children.
Older than him.
It's older than him.
Jesus.
And so, but on the professional standpoint, this is his first true professional experience. And so all the others have...
What's up, Raymond?
All the others have been there. You know what I mean? So
exactly,
it's quite interesting to see what happens, with Jordan, man, and glad to have him on board.
What's up, Scott?
For this team.
So, and if you seriously, guys, you want to find something out, something big is about ready to happen here tonight. In like
in a few minutes.
It'll be a minute.
Until we get to that.
All right, so let's keep going, Arlington.
Yeah, let's keep going. I think one of the biggest things that surprised me in that first phase was Brogan Roback. And when they got him at the second pick.
Listen, you're going to hear me say it. What's up, Javier? I'm telling you, man. I don't want to say it, but there could be a controversy.
Not just there. I think it's going to happen in Houston, too. With Philip Walker and Connor Cook. Come on, man.
Oh, I agree with you.
I was sitting back. I was like, maybe these are. Let us know. It doesn't.
There's going to be a lot of interesting battles.
Right. So, right now, what we're unclear of, and some may chime in on it, is who's going to be the tier 1 quarterback of this group. We won't find out probably till training camp or, when it comes later.
I mean, if you look at it right now, who our tier 1 quarterback is Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, that's who they looked at, and they said that's who we want as our guy manning the.
Yeah,
I mean, so team. He is our tier 1 quarterback.
Yep.
If you really want to be honest,
right,
that's who it is.
And I'm cool with that here.
Right.
In this market, St. Louis.
Right.
That's what I'm cool with. Right. I want Jordan Taylor as my quarterback.
Right. But you did hear Coach Hayes because somebody asked him, Coach Hayes, now that you have your quarterback, what kind of system are you going to run? First thing Coach Hayes says is, I'm going to run a balanced offense. And the way that he drafted, what's up, Keelan? The way that he drafted looks like he's running a balanced offense.
He's running, yeah.
Yeah, what's going on, Keelan?
I mean, look at the receivers that he drafted. Look at the running backs that he drafted, the tight ends that he drafted. I mean, it looks like it's going to be it's going to be a balanced offense, so it's going to be very, very interesting.
You know what? I was surprised, when we were at the happy hour over at Amsterdam Tavern, and Kurt was like, "I trust in John Hayes."
Yeah,
for
I do too.
So it was like, that's the kind of thing that's great about this league. Is it's not going to be developed on the presidents. It's going to be the GMs and head coaches, head coach / GM,
right,
to take matters into their own hands.
Now, Rob Hickman brought up a good point. There is a lot of great talent on your guys' team, and Jordan's going to be great. And I think Jordan can do it. And, Keelan just said Jordan can ball, but he's not sitting in the pocket. And if you went to our page, you could see Jordan knows how to move.
Correct.
In the pocket.
He sure does.
So he's just not a pass. I mean, it looks like he's a pass-first guy because think about it. There's only 5 other guys ahead of him at Ole Miss. One of them, who is a Hall of Fame, that plays in. And speaking of that.
Is that him?
Hello, caller. You are on the air. Go ahead. You are live.
Are they?
Hey, guys. It's St. Louis BattlesHawks. We got Jordan ready for you.
There you go.
Jordan is ready. And Jordan is ready. Go ahead. We're ready for him now. And on the line with us is the St. Louis BattlesHawks quarterback, the very first choice for the BattlesHawks. It is Jordan Taylor. Jordan, how you doing today?
Doing good. How are you guys?
Grateful to have you on our program. So before we get started, Jordan, how are you feeling right now that you are the very first player in BattlesHawks history?
Man, I'm feeling I just feel excited and ready to go and ready to bring football back in St. Louis. So I'm ready. Yes, sir.
Now, Jordan, this is dirty over there. The guy that just asked you that question, that was Arlington. So my question is to you, because I'm going to be honest with you. I will butcher your name, so I'm going to apologize now.
Yeah.
But can you tell everybody how to pronounce your last name?
So everybody knows.
So
Yes,
everybody
sir.
knows.
All right. Ta'amu.
Ta'amu.
Like that simple. Ta'amu. Right there. One
did get it
whole
right.
flow.
There you go. All right,
Ta'amu.
so Ta'amu.
Yep,
There you go. All right, so Jordan,
There you go.
you got the fans
Yes,
already
sir.
saying hello, Jordan. Welcome to St. Louis. So this is your first time being on a ground floor of a team. How do you
Yep.
feel of being that first player that Coach Hayes and all of them pick to build their organization around you? How do you feel like with
Yeah.
that?
Dude, I feel awesome. I feel super blessed. I've been praying for this my entire time. I've been waiting for a phone call, been bouncing around teams. I had a roller coaster of a life in and out of football, so it's just been a crazy opportunity for me to be able to be the first name to be assigned to the St. Louis BattlesHawks, and I'm just super excited, super blessed, and ready to go. Like I said before, I'm just super pumped.
Now, you said you had a rough life.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so went to a small D2 school in Hawaii. Did not get any looks at. I felt like I did really well there, but wasn't highly recruited. Had 0 offers coming out of high school, and the only offer I did have, which came really late, that made me decide right there and then, was that New Mexico Military Institute, and it was a military school. Had to shave my head bald. Had to go through the military life. Had to wear uniforms every day, wake up early, 5:30, and make sure my room was clean, make sure everything was good. And I did all of that. And first year there, I get hurt. I missed maybe 4 to 5 weeks, and I had to come back, bounce back, and really was named the second string after that, and went to my sophomore season. First game, named the starting quarterback, threw 8 touchdown passes. And really spiked up everyone's eyes, really, the D1 level. And took a visit here and there. Went to Ole Miss. I liked it, and I committed there. And I was not named the starting quarterback again, and I kind of had to wait for my opportunity to come. So the first string quarterback gets hurt, and then I jump in LSU game. And I'm in the middle of an SEC game. Crowd is going crazy, and butterflies in my stomach, and it's just another opportunity for me. And I go out there and I do what I need to do, and I'm named the starting quarterback the next week. And from there on, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Did not get drafted. Yep, did not get drafted at all. Said I wasn't. I don't know. It's just been crazy. It's just been a crazy ride. But I didn't get drafted, so I did mini camps in Oakland. Then I had to do another mini camp in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
No team has signed me after that, so I had to sit around and wait and really work out by myself and really figure out what I need to do. And then Houston calls right before preseason.
Wow.
And I'm with them the whole preseason, and then their quarterback that I replaced gets healthier and better, so he comes back, and then they release me. And I just been waiting for another phone call, and St. Louis BattlesHawks call, and here I am, super honored and blessed to be here.
Congratulations on that for sure.
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
I know you have you got butterflies probably because like we said before, this is the first time that you got really get an opportunity to be at the head of a football team. As we're talking with Jordan Ta'amu from the St. Louis BattlesHawks, quarterback of our new team, and like I said, I'm Arlington, and Jordan, I just want to know right now, how has the St. Louis experience been for you so far? You've been here for a couple of days. How's that been for you so far?
Dude, it's been amazing. Like this is my first time here. I've been all around town. Have tried every different type of food you can think of. Tried the raviolis.
I was going to say,
how
have
was
you
it?
tried the
How was
toasted
those?
grabs yet?
Yeah. Dude, that was the first thing I heard so much about the raviolis, and I needed to try that first.
What'd you think of them?
Guarantee it. I loved it. It was just like a little pizza roll thing.
Exactly right.
That's awesome,
So,
man.
yeah, I loved it. It's just it's something different, and I love opening up to different things. And ate the pizza, had barbecue, went around, got to see the Busch Stadium, got to see the arch. We saw that for the first time. That thing is huge.
Did you go up? Did you go up inside of the arch?
Yeah, I just saw it. I wanted to go in, but it was like an hour away. But,
it's crazy, brother.
You gotta go. You gotta go during the week when nobody's out there.
Now, Jordan, we saw that you were at the Dome.
Yeah.
We saw you were at the Dome, right?
Yeah.
The Hawks Nest. That's what we're calling it. It's the Hawks Nest.
Oh yeah,
it ain't the Dome anymore. You love that?
It's the Hawks Nest. I like that a lot, honestly.
So, what did you think?
I got to see that.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm asking. What did you think when you walked in there and got to get on that field and to know that just in 15, 16 weeks, you're going to be playing there in front of 35,000 people?
Yeah. So, as soon as I walked in, I was just like, we're going to fill this stadium up, and I'm going to be running out this tunnel in about 15 to 16 weeks, like you said, and it's going to be an awesome experience just to play in that dome or the Hawks Nest and really get things started. So
you really get behind this too.
I just saw a vision. Yeah, I just saw a vision when I walked in there. So
that's what's up.
Great.
Don't let dirty get you all worked in with this Hawks Nest. Just consider it the Dome right now.
No.
Listen, consider it the Dome. That is your cathedral. That is where we're going to see you Saturdays and Sundays as the season progresses. Don't let them mess your mind up so quickly. All right.
Now, Jordan, question: What number are you wanting to take? Can you give that out?
I'm willing to take, number 10. I've always been 10 my whole life, and I wouldn't want to change that. And I love being 10 out of 10 every time. So
I like that. I like that,
there
man.
It is. That's his tagline. 10 out of 10, baby.
And I know you got a chance, Jordan, to kind of see who your potential teammates are so far with the draft, the first ever draft. Did you see anyone you was like, you know what? I can't wait to play with these guys. There's a certain particular player that you were feeling like that, like I can't wait to throw to him.
Yeah, I feel like every player that coaches drafted these past 2 days, I feel like everyone has a past, everyone has a history, and everyone's really hungry to play. So I'm excited to meet them in person. I have a fellow Ole Miss guy with me, D lineman. So I'm excited to see everybody and get to work and really to bring everybody back and really lead this team to something special. So.
Excellent. That's
Jordan,
awesome.
you were tearing up the tearing up the chat room right now with the 10 out of 10. People are absolutely loving that. You just saying I'm a 10 out of 10.
Yes,
people are loving that. Let's actually talk about one of your teammates, a really great wide receiver out of Mizzou, and
LaDamian Washington.
LaDamian Washington. Have you talked to him yet? Have you talked to any of your teammates?
I haven't talked to them yet, but I kind of just like reached out on social media and kind of just like shot them to follow and stuff, and really trying to get to know them and their backstory. But I definitely will get into contact with them in the next couple of days and really get to know them before I meet them in person. So that's my plan.
When you got the call that you were going to be playing quarterback for the BattlesHawks, did you have a conversation with John Hayes? And if so, what did you guys talk about?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
What the conversation did you have with John Hayes about when you guys talked?
Yeah, he called me, and this was maybe a couple of days before the draft, and he told me that I was going to be a BattlesHawk and that they fought for me and really really highly suggested me to the XFL to put me on their squad. And when I came here, we had dinner and we talked a lot about football and what his vision was and what he really wanted. And it was really similar to what I envisioned a head coach to be and what I wanted to be in the future. So it kind of really excited me even more. to become a BattlesHawks because our visions are the same, is to win and to really grow something special in St. Louis and to bring football back. So I'm excited with the coaching staff that they brought, and it's an opportunity for the players and the coaches. So everyone around. So it's gonna be awesome.
Now, Jordan, I wanna toot your horn for you. So what I guess a lot of people don't realize is that you played 2 years in college ball at Ole Miss. You were 6th all time on their record list. There's only 5 guys ahead of you, and one of them is a future Hall of Famer, plays in that other league, Eli Manning. And you in your what was it? It was either your senior or your junior year. You had the 3rd best passing season for any Ole Miss quarterback.
Yeah.
What can the BattlesHawks expect from you? Tell them what kind of play they can expect out of you.
Yeah, they can expect a competitor, a person who will go out there and compete every play, every down, give him 110%. And I feel like it starts with me. If I give it my all, my teammates are going to give it their all right behind me. If I give 110%, they're going to give 110%. If I have confidence, they're going to have confidence. And it all starts with me. It all starts just really the first day we meet. It just really starts with that, and really showing them that, hey, we got this. We can do this together. Like, it's not a individual thing. It's a team effort, and I just got to keep preaching and keep making sure they're awake and they're alive, and making sure they know what to do, and making sure I know what to do. So
look alive. That's all I love it, man.
That's the main thing.
No, baby, 10 out of 10.
Yep.
10 out of 10, baby. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, nothing else.
That's right. I mean, you got people in here, after you gave that question, they goes, he speaks volumes. He's very, very smart when he's talking. And, I mean, Jordan, I am excited. Me and Arlington have been doing this show really since April when we really kicked it off. We started in December. Wasn't a lot, but we've been kicking it off since April.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you guys got us so excited now with, having the team names, having players, and all of that. I mean, I got goosebumps sitting here talking to you, brother. I can't wait.
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait to see you play in the Hawks nest.
I can't wait either.
Now,
yes, sir.
I'm going to let Arlington ask you the last question, but I do have one thing because I made a bet with the national radio show on Sirius Satellite Radio called Busted Open. Okay?
Yeah.
You guys have to have a better record than the Dallas Renegades. Because if you don't, I'm getting a tattoo
where the sun don't shine.
Where the sun doesn't shine of the Renegades.
Yeah, you're right. No, we definitely have to.
Thank you, sir. Okay. I know we don't have a lot of time. This is the BattlesHawks Live. I am Dirty. Over there is Arlington. We are on the phone with your quarterback of the St. Louis BattlesHawks. How to say his name, Arlington, because I'm going to butcher it.
Te'amu, man.
All right, you ask him his last question because I know we ain't got a lot more time.
You want me to ask the last question for him? I will. Okay. Well, Jordan, before you go, one last thing.
Yes, sir.
You got a chance to be around St. Louis, and you got a chance to check some of the things out. What is the one thing that you haven't seen yet? You know what? We need to take you to Six Flags.
The one thing.
We got to take you to Six Flags. Did they tell you any other place that you got to go to in St. Louis? It's like it's a must that you must go there.
Shoot, I really don't know. I'm going to the Blues little dome tomorrow, so I'll have to see that.
Dirty is not too fond of the Blues.
I really don't know. I really don't know
cool
a lot of
it,
things here, so they've been showing me stuff.
But that's good. You get to see the Stanley Cup champions. What's that?
We should take him to Hidden Valley.
You want to take them out there?
Yeah, to go skiing. Have you ever went skiing, Jordan?
Oh no, I haven't been ever.
No, we don't need any.
All I did was jump.
We don't need them injured before.
We're just trying to let him go see it.
Oh, you want them to go see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, go see
all
it?
right. Yeah, seeing it is fine.
We don't want you to get hurt, Jordan.
I'll definitely go and look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want you to get hurt.
We don't need no media coming after us. Hey, also, St. Louis Zoo is a wonderful spot to go to. I'm telling you, it's one of the best in not only just St. Louis but the country. It's and it's free. You get a chance to go out there and check it out. And you get to check some animals and great attractions. I know they got this Boo at the Zoo thing that's coming up, and then they'll have a Christmas thing that'll be going down as well. They stay open like all year round. Right. I don't know why, but it's crazy.
I do have one. Jordan?
Dude, I'll definitely go check that out.
Yeah, you got to. So there's the big Westport social draft party tomorrow.
Will we see you there?
Will we see you there?
Night.
Oh, that sound like you said.
Yes, sir. You see me on the ping pong table.
Oh, wait a minute. You want to get down as a ping pong?
There
We
you
can do
guys
that,
go.
man. We can get down as a ping pong. Like, how good are you? Let me ask you.
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna be from 6 to 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'll be there the whole time. I'll be playing games, interacting with fans or whoever wants to come in. And, I'll be there. Yes, sir.
The also so from the comments we get, they're saying you gotta check out the new aquarium that's coming,
Ted Drews.
and then you gotta check the Ferris wheel that's there, and the soda fountain spot that's over in Union Station, and then we gotta get you some Ted Drews, man. We gotta get you some of that.
Science Center.
And the Science Center, yeah, you gotta check that out too. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, Jordan. Before we let you go, tell anybody if they want to follow you on Twitter, because I know you've been really active on there. Where can they follow you at on Twitter? If you got anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, they can follow me at Taamu10. So that's my Twitter handle, and then my Instagram handle is Jordan_Taamu10, which is pretty easy. Or just type in my first and last name, and it should pop up. And that's where people can follow and support the team and really encourage us throughout the season.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's great, Jordan. We wish you all the best, man. You got our support 100%, man, and help bring us a championship to St. Louis, and to show that we the city of champions still.
Just beat the Renegades for me.
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
Thank you so much, man. Have a great night, and enjoy St. Louis. Okay.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. You guys have a blessed night.
You too.
That is Jordan Ta'amu, ladies and gentlemen, your St. Louis BattlesHawks quarterback, who's going to lead the charge in the 2020 season.
Look,
you got goosebumps
for a 21-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Because, I'm 43 years old. But to listen to a 21-year-old kid, because some of his teammates are going to be a lot older than him.
That's true.
They're going to have a lot more experience than he
That's
is.
exactly.
But to listen to this kid talk, to see his tapes that I've watched on this kid is a true leader.
He got an arm, man.
He's got and I said it because the guy that we just drafted with Brock. It's like there might be, but after talking to Jordan,
yep, #1 signal caller, baby.
I don't think there might be a controversy here in St. Louis.
Hey, just think about it. He's going to be in the dome throwing 60-yard bombs, 50, 60-yard bombs in the dome, man. And we haven't had that kind of love in 4 years.
No, we had somebody here
years.
saying the greatest show on turf is coming back. And with that being said, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick little break.
We'll come back.
We're going to go back because SB's here tonight.
Yep.
Because we're going to start talking about the draft. And he's got some predictions of what our starting lineup is going to look like.
And I like the looks of things. And then we'll have John Turner come on this show.
And what time is that one?
We'll get him as soon as we get done with his predictions. We'll come on with it after that.
Right. So just stick with us. We're taking a quick little break, and we will be right back right here on XFL STL Talk Show BattleHawk Live.
Boom.
Welcome back to the BattlesHawks Live. I am Dirty. Sitting right over there is the one, the only, my partner in crime from In the Zone Network with joint production of One Universal Production.
And the In the Zone Network, baby, the A-Train, Arlington Lane.
And sitting right next to him is our special guest for tonight,
Our
SB.
co-host. Yes. SB, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Did you get a like Jordan?
No, I really love that. It's Tom. You said it. You said it like wrong twice during the interview.
I did.
And then I finally I was like, yes. You said
We saw
right.
it. We could see.
And you said it right.
Jordan
I was
Ta'amu, baby. Yeah.
because I don't know. I have a thing with names. People used to mispronounce my last name on purpose.
You're
Bone.
gonna be Scotty B, man, for me.
Yeah, Scotty B. I like that. There you go, Scotty B.
Scotty B every time you come on this show. Dude.
Scotty B. There you go.
But yeah, Jordan Ta'amu came on, and we got a chance to chop it up with him a little bit. And I want to thanks to the BattlesHawks for allowing us to have him on the program. And hopefully this will not be the end. Hopefully the next time we get him, we have him right here sitting in the studio,
sitting live right next to us.
So everybody get a chance to see him. But folks, the draft party is tomorrow.
That's right.
It's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Westport Social. He will be there. So if you are in the area or you're going to try to get to the area, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Westport Social. Heard that place is very nice. I've yet to be there, but I cannot wait.
But we will be there live tomorrow.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Live, baby. We'll be there live, and I cannot wait, man. I am so stoked. And let's get into it right now.
Let's get to it.
Scotty B, before we get John Turner on the line, and we're gonna get him on Skype in just a little bit. Tell us a little bit about you have some predictions that you think.
So I don't have like a lot of notes or anything on here, but I definitely was looking at the stats for everyone that we were choosing in the draft as we were choosing them, just kind of getting an idea of who we were picking. Because honestly, you know, I'm a huge football fan, and not having a team here to be able to go and
He's a Patriots fan.
I am a Patriots fan. I'm not gonna lie about that. I've been a Patriots fan my entire life. But when it comes to football, I have always been in. I played for a year, found out I couldn't play anymore because I have a spinal injury, and decided to play golf after that. But football is like my favorite all-time sport. So when it came to getting a new football team here, I was initially excited, and I was like, "What's the XFL?" Because I didn't remember the other iteration of it earlier on. And as I've gotten more and more into it, gone to the happy hours with Dirty over there, it's been I've been getting more and more excited to the point where I can't stop talking about it. And so when the draft started yesterday, I was off work, so I was just consistently following all day long. And
well, here's the prediction that you sent me for your starting lineup.
Yeah, I have it actually right here on my computer.
Well then give me the phone back. You didn't have it, so I got it for you. Dummy.
I don't have a lot of notes. I have my starting lineup, and then I also have like my prediction for the defense as well.
Right. Well, me and Arlington talked kind of what our starting lineup was going to be. I sent it over to him, and Arlington actually kind of agreed with you on some of it.
Yeah, some of it I did.
And some of it you didn't, so I guess we can talk about
we'll
that.
talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So
Let's
obviously, after having that great interview, I've always thought he was going to be the starting quarterback, but Jordan Ta'amu is the starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
The native Mizzou alum, LaDamian Washington, as our
Can you imagine?
I feel like he's going to be like the receiver to the quarterback. It's going to be Ta'amu and Washington, like when they talk about the BattlesHawks. That's my prediction.
The tandem.
It'd be like Montana and Rice, because Washington was a really great quarterback or a receiver at Mizzou. Mm-hmm. So you were talking 60, 50, and 60-yard bombs, Arlington?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that going down the turf again at the Hawks Nest?
Yes.
And you're going to hear Jordan to Washington, the 10 out of 10.
Didn't he play with Mizzou at the Dome against the Illini?
I cannot remember.
I can't remember.
I want to say
I'm
yes,
pretty sure he did,
because
I remember that game because I went to all the Mizzou Illini games at the Dome with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, but can you imagine that though?
Yeah,
it's going to be awesome. All right, go on.
Then as far as like the second main receiver on the starting lineup, I think it can be either one. It could be Ishmael Hyman or DeMornay Pearson-L. But either way, they're going to be a great choice to put there in that receiver spot.
Right. Okay.
Tight end wise, we have Wes Saxon. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. He's going to be great. Running back, I feel like we would have Matt Jones as the running back, and as like the
fullback, I guess.
The fullback position, I was saying Christine Michael.
And see, and that's where you kind of disagreed at.
No, I think it's going to be the other way around. Only reason why I say that because Matt Jones is bigger, and the only thing I'm not sure of is if he's gonna do like any real blocking. But you don't even really have to utilize that because Matt Jones, at least from a 40 standpoint, is much slower back than Michael. And so I'm looking at it as a two-back setup. I'd rather have that than just a fullback and running back.
Right.
Well, I mean, I put them in those terms because I'm thinking like standardized like football lineup.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, with Christine Michael, the reason I chose that setup is because to me, I saw him as he's the guy that I feel could push through the line. This is just my opinion from what I was reading and like all the stats and stuff. I feel like he'd be able to push through harder than Jones would.
Keep going.
So that's why I chose that. As far as the O-line, we got Matt McCant, who I'm pretty excited about. We got the one that I'm extremely excited about, Brian Folkerts, who has played centered in the NFL. We got him on as an offensive guard, though. So I'm not sure how we're going to set that up. It might be Tyler Gaudier or Brian Folkerts at center, but either way, Brian Folkerts played with Cam Newton. He played with Drew Brees. He's played with a lot of good teams in the NFL. And he's also a native of here, Hazelwood Central grad.
So you're really excited about this?
I'm extremely excited about him. I grew up in the same neighborhood that he grew up in. So for a native of Florissant to be in the NFL, I watched his career. I watched most games that he played in when he was in the NFL. Sorry, the other football league. I don't know if you guys talk about that one.
Nah, we do. But every now and again, we like to refer to it as.
You talking about that other league?
Yeah, the other league.
Right, yeah, I gotcha.
I watched all of his games there, and I really appreciate his game and the way that he's played on the line. For the rest of it, you have the other offensive lineman at Kent Perkins, who, from the images I've seen, he's pretty savage on the line. He's got good stopping power.
Yeah.
And then as guards, you would have Dallas Thomas and Blake Muir, right? Which he was interesting because I didn't realize he was from Australia. And I didn't realize there was an Australian football league until I was looking this stuff up.
Well, I'm
glad you mentioned it.
Glad you mentioned it because we didn't. And we met a guy Monday night, Lionel Moody Jr.
Leon Moody Jr.
Leon, that played in the Australian Football League.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that was kind of interesting. And then we met my man, Mr. Piggy, who is a follower of the XFL STL talk show. Got a chance to speak with him. He's a running back. He played some semi-pro ball in Atlanta. So, they all were trying to see what they could do about getting on the team. But as you can see right now, there will be other opportunities coming up in November. And then, of course, next season, there will be another season. I guarantee.
This league is going. I mean, it's going.
I'm going to give the old.
no,
I can't do that because then I'd be gimmicky.
Well, if you could just see like the ticket sales alone for these teams, it's definitely getting another season.
Yeah, and so I'm like, and the merchandise.
I'm already like looking at merchandise for the BattlesHawks, and like they have this really great 3/4 sleeve shirt. If anyone wants to buy me that.
You got a birthday coming up?
It's 27. It's 2765.
No, don't lie. Do you got a birthday coming up?
No, my birthday was in June. It can be late. I got Christmas coming up.
Oh, that's right. You do got Christmas with the.
Well, and also I've noticed the BattlesHawks merch is made on really good shirts. They use canvas shirts.
Exactly. Yes. We just gave one to one of our hosts.
The way I actually started with the station a long time ago with the DCS was I had a shirt company, and we made everything on canvas.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the comfiest. Like I have tons of canvas shirts at home because they are just really comfortable. It's like my Under Armour hoodies. Canvas is that for shirts.
Yeah, you know what? I want one of them polos too.
I do too.
They look awesome.
Yeah. Hey, before we go any further, before John tunes in, I have to give a special shout out, as much as it pains me to say it, because of where he got drafted.
Oh yeah,
to our boy Jeremiah Spicer.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Oh God, it's so horrible that he went to the LA those LA.
Wildcats.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go.
You're about to call them the Battle Cat.
Yeah, he's good because he wants to do that so bad.
Yeah, dude, because they're terrible. They're just terrible. They're terrible.
Ever since Winston Moss's press conference of the introduction of Winston Moss,
When he goes and blasts my coach,
he
Jonathan Hayes.
He blasted John Hayes.
Yeah.
Because when they used to play, he used to do he was part of the Raiders Chiefs rivalry. And so he was like, he can't wait to get a part of that. And Dirty have been irked ever since.
Yep. So big shout out to our boy Jeremiah Spicer. Best of luck to you, brother. I cannot wait to see how you do. And just don't hurt my guy.
Hey, don't hurt Jordan too
Don't hurt Jordan. Don't.
I hate to take a sidebar on that, but seeing what Winston Moss and Pepper Johnson, who's the defensive coordinator over there,
right,
what they have in store. Sean Oakman from Baylor coming in the mix. Oh my God!
I know they just made so many terrible decisions.
You really think though, right?
Yeah, but really besides Jeremiah, I mean, every player they drafted, in my opinion, you're just
right.
Wasn't that good. So my man Jeremiah was the best pick they had.
Oh, okay, that's how you taking it. That's how we taking it this route. Mm-hmm. But seriously, folks, I mean, I know Dirty likes the kid and whatnot, and he has his beef with LA. But my thing is, it is.
Yes, we are, Michael.
It's a scary defense, man.
It is. It really.
I looked at that group, man. I was like, "Oh my God, are we serious?" Yeah, this is what they're gonna have to go up against. But in retrospect, we look at that secondary for the BattlesHawks. I was very surprised to see Will Hill. Please get John on the line.
Well, yeah, John, where you at, dude? Come on,
John.
Come on, John.
Now you can come on board, man. We can find you on Skype so we can get you on the program.
Come on, John. All right,
I'm calling you now.
Go on, Scotty B.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Another thing I thought was pretty interesting is the taking of Marcus Lucas at wide receiver.
Okay, why?
Because he's played tight end his entire career, and I think that I love that they chose him as a receiver because he definitely has a good catching game, but he can play three positions. Like, he's a full flex, in my opinion.
That's true.
He could play a back, he can play a tight end, he could play a receiver, and I think that sets him up for switching out with like the main tight end or another receiver for some really interesting plays.
Oh!
You got it. I hear it.
All right, come on, answer.
You gonna answer my phone?
There he is.
I get on the screen, man.
Hello. Look at that smug look this clown's got going.
Put it up so we can all.
I am. Give me a minute, will you? What's up, John?
It's $30.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me, man?
John, can you hear us?
Go ahead and for letting me come on your show and to rap with you for a long time, man. I was very happy with that, man. I was very impressed.
I'm very grateful you came on. I think it was a very fun show, and man, it was just a very great day for football in general. And I'm happy to be with you guys tonight. I'm grateful you're having me on this evening.
All right, so John, let's get to it. I heard you and Arlington talking. We got Scotty B. Say hi, Scotty B. over there, because he was busting up some draft picks for us too. I have two big complaints about the draft.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you. One was the video. The video was way too small. Way too small. What do you think?
Did I say that, John?
You did.
I said that.
But and then you go and bash me and say, well, I didn't mind that there wasn't no commentary.
I didn't. What did it need it for? It was like fantasy football. Why do we need commentary for this?
I thought it was terrible. But I like the way the draft was. I like that. All right, John, go.
Well, yeah, you're right. They had little tiny windows in the corners, and for us guys that are really focused in on the league, we just want more. We want more XFL, and we were hoping for more, and we didn't get what we wanted, And Dennis Green said a long time ago, only babies get what they want all the time. Men got to go and get it all. Right? So,
all right. You got me.
But look, guys, let's check the reality on this. Look at all the partnerships they've made and all the money they're not spending in a lot of areas. I'm not going to go through them all right now unless you want me to. But I will say that the tech that they were using, I own that same software. And it's very low costing, and it only costs you one kid right out of community college that knows how to use it.
Yeah.
What's it making, $15 an hour, in Connecticut, or 18? Maybe it's a little more pricey in the state of Connecticut than it is here in the D.C. area. I doubt it. But with that being said, they're keeping their costs down, and they're picking their battles of where they're spending their money, and they're spending very wisely. And I think that they did a great job of using what they chose to put out and gave us something that we could all enjoy. We complain a little bit, but they'll hear our complaints and they'll adjust the next time. I think this next year coming back.
100% agree with you. Like I said, my only complaint was, John, I watch your guys' show, you watch ours, and we have the full window. That was my only, it was just that window was too small. It was like you said, we've been clamoring for this for months and months. We wanted to be in that war room with them, watching them do all of that. And that was my only, I can back off on the no commentary, but that was my only, I was like, oh, why wasn't it bigger? I wanted it to be bigger. That was my only big complaint. That was it.
Well, okay, so you run the page at XFL STL, and you have to moderate it. People come in with comments, and then every now and then you get these smart couch potatoes that like to say, this league's going to suck.
Oh, yeah, we get that all the time.
And you got to handle that comment however you handle it. You either got to kill them with kindness or just throw them the hell out. So, but what I'm saying is the one thing that I noticed, and I didn't even know because I wasn't watching on the YouTube, but another guy that I talked to daily said, man, there are a lot of league bashing comments on the YouTube thread stream. And that's unfortunate, that we know there's going to be negative people out there that are very superiority complexed and they're only going to watch the NFL.
Right, exactly.
But for the love of football, why can't you just be happy for these players? Be happy for these coaches and these execs that now have jobs because some guy named Vinny McBag of Money gave them an opportunity.
That was a good one, John.
Yeah,
Vinny
exactly.
Big Bag of Money.
I agree with that totally, man. And as I see in the comments from your boy David Burnett from a football where he said the next draft will likely be televised. I agree with that. Or even if it doesn't, I think they're going to be something a little bit different than what we saw this past go around with the draft. So
they were doing a full ground up draft though. That's why you can't televise 71 rounds.
Exactly.
Listen.
Well, you can because there's fanatics and a lot of the XFL fans that are true XFL fans right now. Not to disagree with you because I barely know you, but that's just the type of guy I am. Most of the XFL fans are actual fanatics for the league, and they've never even played it down. That's the unique thing about the XFL. They've got this built-in following because of who their owner is and where his background's from. And a lot of football fans and are also wrestling fans or vice versa. Okay, so this is a big deal for the built-in core, and that's why I think they're going to get a lot of word-of-mouth business, so to speak, starting from that core. So,
well, I mean, even for me, I'm a huge NFL fan, have been my entire life. So I was kind of snobby at first about it, didn't know what it was. So I understand what you're saying there. But I've become a huge fan of this team, not only because of the outreach that they're doing in communities, especially with the BattlesHawks. I don't know about the other teams, but the amount of public relations they're wanting to do, along with the strategies they have for their teams, the people that they're obviously after this draft, obviously the talent they're drafting. I'm really excited about that, and I love football, so I'm just super excited for the XFL to be here in St. Louis, among other places.
I'm fully agreement with you there. I can't argue there. I know you guys talked about the rosters. I just wanted to point something out real quick for your team's roster.
Okay.
I took a closer look at it. I've got all the team's rosters here.
Yeah, John is prepared.
John's prepared, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about all of these other teams and stuff. And you can go right there to John's page at a Football World Discussion on Facebook and what is it .com too, right, John?
We have a multi-layered thing, guys.
Exactly.
We talk about all things football. XFL is probably the coolest part of all of the discussion that we have because everybody's just so excited. But we've got everything from the fantasy platform. You'll be able to play fantasy football through for XFL through my website, football.com. You will be able to pick them. Like, you can create your own pool, pick winners for money or for free. Make it private for you and your friends, or jump in a pool with 1,000 people. It's up to you. It's completely legal except for in 6 states and 1 province in Canada. We can talk more about that some other time. We talk about all things football because I just love the game and I won't have it any other way. So I don't know if I can get this close.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, we got it.
I don't know if it's very legible, but those are your first 6 or 7 picks.
Right.
I highlighted 6 out of the first 7.
Yep.
And the reason I did that is because I think that's a pretty good. Arlington and I talked offline a little bit about how the first picks in some of these group drafts,
right?
Like your skill position, your these, your that's, your those. I think the first picks really define the identity for the team. And I saw running back, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. So I analyze and eyeball formations and personnel packages. That's what I do. It's who I am. That's the 21 personnel. So if their ID for the team, their DNA, their thumbprint is going to be the 21 personnel, that makes sense because your head coach is a tight end.
Yep.
Right.
And a lot of times for the Pittsburgh Steelers and for the Kansas City Chiefs under Marty Ball, I believe he played for, it was 21 personnel city over there, and he was a part of that. Now, unfortunately, fortunately, he played behind a Hall of Famer, so he stayed healthy for a good portion of his career.
Right.
But with that being said, that's smash and grab, 3 yards in a cloud of dust football. And you look at Pearsonell and LaDamian Washington. These are outstanding outside guys to have at this level of professional football. And I think you can expect a good mix of a mix and match between Matt Jones and our other guy here, Christine Michael. Because their 7th pick was another running back.
Right.
And their 6th, of course, was their slot wide receiver. Oz Hakeem was a slot wide receiver.
Yep,
that's right.
Hometown. So I love what they're doing. I think I have an idea of what they're doing. What do you guys feel about the offense, and do you agree? Is it 21 personnel? You think they're going to mix it up a whole lot? I think that's their base offense.
And I talked about it a little bit with you on your show. I thought they were going to do a 2 running back setup. They're going to utilize a bit more with the tight ends because of John Hayes being a tight end. And it's about working with every receiver that's out there on the field. They're going to even utilize the running backs as catchers. So that way it opens up a bit more of the offense. That's what I think they're going to do with this. And they say he's going to be balanced. So that means he's also going to be running the ball a bunch. So the question is going to be when they're going to do a lot more running and then when they're going to do a lot more passing. That's what it's going to be the situational times with the offense for the BattlesHawks. But other than that, it's like I'm excited for what I saw, at least on paper.
Right, yeah.
For
paper.
that end, but for the defensive side, I like our secondary. I'm not sold yet on the front 7. Not just yet.
Right, because that's what you're on, John, because you and Arlington talked about the first round on yours, and me and Arlington talked offline, and I think that our offense, I would give it a solid B+, A- with the guys that we drafted. I think we have a lot of guys that are fast and quick, and then we can also do a lot of hard hitting if we need to pound, like you said, those 3 yards and then leave them in the dust.
Yeah.
I think we could possibly see, back in '99 when we had a team called the Lambs, we might see another greatest show on the turf right there at the Hawks Nest. That's just my opinion, but I'm biased.
But can I ask you guys a quick question? Since you all St. Louis guys, it's a statement question. I really dislike this whole cacaw thing. Are you guys okay with this? Are
Cacaw, baby, cacaw, John, cacaw, John.
Hey, if you come to St. Louis, boy, get ready. You're gonna be annoyed. as hell.
It's very split.
I'm not for it or against it. I will go with it if it's the final decision, but I'm not
right now
calling just yet.
It's been a call like crazy, man, and people are buying into this.
It's like your mother or father gets remarried and your stepsister or brother is really annoying, and you have to live with them and share a room now.
Right.
It's so weird.
Well, hold on, John. Word quick before we go any further. Congratulations to your Nationals for sweeping Our Cardinals, they deserve it. Best of luck to them. I'm rooting for them. I hope they beat either Houston or the Yankees. So congrats to you guys. But you know your defenders are going down to the BattlesHawks.
It feels priceless.
But one thing I want to talk about with you, John, is I saw your quarterbacks. You guys have some tall quarterbacks.
You guys got some good quarterbacks, man.
They got Cardale Jones and Tyree Jackson, 6'7", 240 pounds.
Dang, that's a huge
That's
quarterback.
a huge guy.
Yeah.
You know what? Pull up, brainstorm tonight. Pull up a couple of questions or so. I'm going to go down and meet Mr. Cardale Jones tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, as well as team president Eric A. Moses, who I love. If I swung that way, I'd ask him out. Pep Hamilton, I think, is the perfect choice. He went to Howard University, played there, was on that staff. He coached the commissioner of the league's son, for crying out loud. He is made to coach the Washington, D.C. Defenders. I love everything that they do here in Washington. Cardale Jones he's a looker. He's built like an Adonis. He's built like Tarzan. So let's hope he don't come out and play like Jane. I called out your personnel package 21. Our draft was an 11 personnel draft. Right. Its first 5 picks, wide, running back, wide, tight end. And I think they did a good job. I think you talked about your defense a little bit. We got Scooby right.
Yep.
We got Matt Elam, and we also got
that pick was amazing.
Tarpley, AJ Tarpley.
Yeah.
Probably 2 of the best 3 linebackers after the one that you guys got. You guys got the guy that's from my neighborhood, Terrence Garvin.
Yeah.
Man, we screwed the pooch. We let all the local guys go elsewhere. Him, the Quanjo brothers. I'm kind of heated about that, but I like Tarpley. And I like Scooby Wright, and I definitely like Matt Elam, played over here in Baltimore, where Omar's coming. And, I think we got a pretty good defense. They got a lot of great young linebackers, and their defensive coordinator, like L.A., was a linebacker.
Oh, you had to say L.A., didn't you, John? Had to say L.A.?
Well,
but it's true.
I'm just saying their defensive coordinator was a linebacker. He played. He was a great one, actually. Pepper Johnson for the Giants beat my Redskins up a whole lot of times back in the 80s and 90s. And then, followed Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells around in his coaching career. Now, I can't believe the league even got a Bill Belichick protege to begin with. How sweet is that? But I like the makeup of the team that we've got so far. It's still a wait and see. We didn't see Ronald Ollie, and we didn't see Trent.
That's
I don't
unfortunate.
know. Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that about Trent. What do you think? Because Trent had some impressive showcasings and had some impressive stuff when he was in, the Alliance. What do you think that the drawback was there? Why he didn't get picked up by somebody?
Well, running backs, we all know who was the guy that was really good up in Green Bay and then kind of got fat.
Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy,
some weirdo that I don't know, so I'm calling him a weirdo because I don't know the guy. He came out on Twitter and said that he heard that Trent Richardson was kind of looked over on the draft because of his weight. He's gained too much weight, I guess.
Okay.
Some guys are like Robert Frank. They're motivated, and every day is, arm day and all that other stuff, and they're at the gym before the janitor in the morning and all that other stuff. So, but other guys, they kind of need a pep coach, pep talker behind them saying, you better do it. They need that guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Right.
Calling them names and stuff. That might be Trent. I met him. I went down to Birmingham to see the Iron play the Orlando Apollos, and I got to meet him and talk with him. That guy sat and signed every little kid's autograph after the game, every shirt, every card, every ball, every hat, whatever, until there were no more kids asking for stuff. He brought 3 different colored Sharpies because I guess previous games people were like, oh, can you do it in this color? He's a great guy. I got to take a couple cool selfies with him. He just might not be self-motivated enough to stay in great shape. That happens to a lot of athletes. It puts a lot of pressure. And I also noticed this. You were talking to that quarterback real quick, not to segue back.
Which one?
Te'amu.
Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
All right, he sounds like a great guy, but I'm listening to him tell you his resume. Okay, of all the teams and all the places that he's played and tried out for.
Mm-hmm.
All I can say is, wow, what another glimpse into the life of professional football and trying to make it at this level. Look at all the places he gets bounced around at and try out here to kick the tires here, and you get a phone call and you fly out there or drive.
Right.
I went up there to the CFL and met a whole bunch of guys. Some of these guys have played on like 15 teams.
Right.
And they're only like 10 years in.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So big love to that guy for sticking with it. And Trent maybe is one of those players that kind of, just got a little let down about the whole, took the wind out of the sail, the AAF failing. But it is what it is. Charlie Ebersol, you should have just took a job with your father's friend and stayed home. But instead, you wanted to launch a whole league without you bringing your wallet with you that was empty anyway. So
right.
That's true.
Here we go.
So now let's get to the second round of the draft. In your opinion, who do you think? I know we can't really grade the draft of who did what and who's got the better draft thing, but who do you think, by the players that we know, because, John, I know you guys watch a lot of football over there at footballworld.com, who do you think had the best draft of the defense so far for the XFL?
The defense?
Yeah.
For defense, I'm going to say it's probably you guys or us, to be honest with you.
I'm going to say DC is not a slouch either.
Look, I'm going to say your team is not a slouch either. I wasn't happy with our front seven.
You guys, St. Louis.
Okay.
Just some of my first thoughts. Houston got Ely and a couple other guys.
Yeah.
That broke my heart. My heart.
But here's the deal, guys. I am afraid. I fear for you and your buttocks because.
Shut up, John.
I fear.
John, shut up.
One of your cheeks, I am in fear for because Bob Stoops is very close to these young guys. Yeah. A third of the roster on Oklahoma. He brought those guys in still. So you gotta understand that he has most recently recruited a lot of these players more closely than all, I think, other 7 coaches in the league,
right?
In my opinion, directly. Oh, by the way, called their parents.
Yep.
Looked at their footage via iPad on a toilet late night type stuff. So
shame, man.
I'm looking at a lot of Oklahoma. The word Oklahoma showing up here. Oklahoma.
Oh yeah. I saw it a lot.
And let's not forget, he consistently churns out, mid to late round and even some early round offensive and defensive linebackers. And every once in a while, he pops out a great safety. So he's got an eyeball for talent on the defensive side of the ball. He's just got a good track record. It's geographically inconvenient for your buttocks, but I like what they're doing in Dallas, and I'm going to be out there for one game, as I will for all the other teams in the league this year, probably except for LA and Seattle.
Good. Don't need to go to LA. We don't need to go see there.
I already live there. Did you know they have earthquake drills in the schools?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do.
We have them here too.
Yeah. Who do you think was the loser?
Oh my God.
Of the draft?
I don't think there was one, honestly. No. I think there was feel-good stories on every team. I love Vinny Testaverde Jr. ending up in Tampa Bay, where his daddy played. By the way, something I noticed, I calculated some ages. Tampa Bay, Mark Trestman. I've been to Canada. I talked to personalities up there. They said to Trestman as a veterans coach, he's correct. They have the average highest age of any team in the league. Going with a tight end first overall, by the way.
That's why the Vipers are going down. That's why they had the worst draft of all.
Yeah, you just wait until that motion starts to juke you out like AI.
Yeah, chill out, man.
I like the size of Kevin Gilbride's guys that he took. He took some pretty big boys in some key positions.
Give us some notables.
He got both the Quanjo brothers that I'm not too happy about because I wasn't here. Marcus Williams, he's a brick house. D'Angelo Yancey, E.J. Bibbs, tight end. He's been around like a record. Joey Mbu, University of Maryland. He's a terrapin.
Mikhail McKay was also thrown in that mix too.
That's right. There's just some good names. Lawrence Pittman. He's a running back that I'd expect is going to make this roster and a few plays this upcoming season here. LA, you can see their air raid, Elijah Hood, Rashad Ross, Nelson Spruce. We all know all three of those names, or at least all of us football fanatics.
Right, yeah.
Rashad Ross, he might immediately be the best wide receiver in the league.
No
wonder they took him number one.
You know who that is? It's the guy right here in St. Louis, Washington. That's the number one receiver in the league. Just watch. Mark my words. Number one receiver.
And, of course, they got – it's funny, like L.A. style, like almost like the Raiders would do. Like they got like one great guy on defense. They took Oakman. This guy is like 6'30". There you
go with that.
300 pounds. You know what? He doesn't – he from his knees he can bat down passes.
Right, that's true.
So good luck holding him. And, I hope you've got a good tackle over there and a guy to chip.
Right,
because he's going to hurt you.
Well, and I think that, and you're talking of L.A. We've talked privately about it. Me and Arlington have sung his praise. They possibly have the best feel-good story of all the XFL by drafting Jeremiah Spicer.
I love the guy. I told him if he got picked up by DC, that he could have one of the spare rooms in my house.
That's what we told him here in St. Louis.
I would drive him to practice.
Right. So he is, it's like you said earlier, with our quarterback Jordan, is that it's amazing of how these guys just don't give up. And the guy like Jeremiah, who finally got it, and now he looks like he might be an anchor on that defense for LA.
I believe they're gonna run a 3-4. Just looking at the guys that they picked,
right?
I think they're going to run a hybrid 3-4. Remember, Pepper Johnson played for and coached with Belichick. So Belichick at sometimes, I don't know if you guys have ever watched a whole lot of Patriot games, not looking at the referees. But
I try not to, but I have.
There's certain packages they bring out where there's 5, 6, 7, sometimes 8 linebackers on the field at the same time. And I think that Pepper Johnson is going to be doing some of that mix-up out there in LA, and it should be very fun to watch. And I don't know why he's not a head coach in the NFL, to be honest with you. He's a very good coach. I think he's a tough guy. He's a tough personality and probably rubs wealthy white guys that own teams the wrong way.
Probably.
Here we go.
But with that being said, I love the guy. I love Pepper Johnson. I've loved him since he was a young player in the league, in the NFL. So I have all the confidence in the world they're going to have. They've got the best tandem set of coordinators, I think.
Oh, yeah.
With Norm Chow and
Thank
Pepper
you for
Johnson.
being honest.
I agree with you.
Jeremiah Spicer is he couldn't be in a better position.
No.
He gets to stay home. He's going to give birth to those twins, like I'm sure you're aware of. We got to send him a pack of diapers.
We got to.
I mean?
We're going to have to.
You send size 1s, I'll send size 3s, because those are the ones the kids are in the longest.
And then we're going to send Arlington to send size 2s.
Well, okay. We got to do. We need to start like a GoFundMe diaper thing for Jeremiah Spicer. But with that being said, can you imagine him being in a better system? His head coach was a linebacker and an assistant head coach. The defensive coordinator was a great linebacker.
Yep.
Very great, in fact, in my opinion. So he's going to have all the opportunity in the world to succeed. I think that the system is going to move him around from end to outside to inside, even back a little inside the box, strong safety type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to get every opportunity to sell the most jerseys across the league.
Oh, I mean,
yes,
I hate it that he's in LA, but I am going to buy a Spicer jersey. As much as I hate it.
We did talk about
Jeremiah,
it a little bit.
if you're listening, I just want you to get your hair under control a little bit.
Oh, stop it, John.
Look how tight this is.
Man, stop. But speaking of which, the Seattle Dragons, they got Brandon Silvers, who a lot of us thought that he was going to be the quarterback here in St. Louis.
Right, yeah.
and he's over there, and they have a nice little setup. Especially one name that was thrown out there was Malachi Jones over in the 10th round.
Yes, great pickup.
I was like, oh, that's going to be something good wide out to throw to over there.
So Kenneth Farrow played for defensive coordinator Mike Riley down in San Antonio. So that pretty much seals the deal on why they picked him second overall.
Right.
And that also shows you the cohesiveness between Jim Zorn and his assistant coaches. They've obviously seen the footage, and they're obviously communicating well. So Jay Samaro, tight end, great guy. Great. He's gonna have great hands. So he had a great tight end when he was in Seattle before he came over here to Washington, and then he utilized Cooley. Cooley had some of his better numbers of his career under Jim Zorn.
Cooley was one of my favorite tight ends of all time.
Chris Cooley has his own pottery company now.
Yes.
It's like Patrick Swayze on Ghost.
Yes, it is. It's crazy. His Twitter feed's awesome.
YouTube is pottery. He's great.
Yeah.
Malachi Jones is going to be – it's such a cool name to say, Malachi Jones.
Right, yeah.
He's going to sell some stuff, and he's going to catch some balls because that's what Jim Zorn teaches. He threw balls, and Steve Largent caught them, and that's why Steve Largent is a Hall of Famer. Joe Callahan, I almost spit my drink out because I thought it was Bo Callahan.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
It's Natalie, man. It's Vontae Mack, no matter what.
Because if memory serves, he is going to be a meme for a long time. Anybody that watched the movie Draft Day, the Seattle quarterback that was drafted, his name was literally Bo Callahan.
Yeah.
That was the character's name. I swear, John, I thought about that.
Seattle got him. Seattle.
Right. His dream came true from the big screen to the XFL.
I was like, this is unreal. Bo and Joe, how ironic
exactly.
is that?
This is the XFL STL Talk Show. This is BattlesHawks Live. I am Dirty over there as Arlington. Right next to him is Scotty B. And joining us from a footballworld.com and a Football World discussion on Facebook, the one, the only outspoken, that might be more outspoken than me.
Yes.
John Turner.
Yeah. And you don't find that often.
last guy I noticed on the last round for them was Jaquan Gardner, running back that they took. I believe he will make the team. So if you guys wouldn't mind, tell me, my man in the sky blue, what is your name again?
It's Scotty B.
That's Scotty B, baby.
Scotty B?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not Scotty P, right? With the no regrets tattoo, right?
No. I do have tattoos there, but no.
So let's have a fun one real quick. We know we're getting another draft, and I think guys like James Wilder Jr. is going to end up down in Tampa, and Darrell Walker in Houston because he played for, he's made for Jim Jones. There's lots of guys in the CFL that if you don't watch the game are very good football players and could be in the NFL right now.
Right.
Their contracts are expiring. The XFL gets to jump the gun in front of them before the NFL gets the opportunity. With that being said,
our neighbors showed up, John. It's getting a little loud for us.
Sorry about that. They're jamming.
Yeah.
They're jamming.
Can you hear them?
Who do we think is more in tune for like Team 9 and not necessarily a roster? Like, who do you think they're going to kind of keep around to be ready to go for any team that needs a call up? We know they're going to have a practice squad, so to speak, 53, rosters, 46 game day, and then a 40-man Team 9. Who do we think are these bubble players that are going to have a hard time actually making a squad, or do we not want to really go there yet?
I don't know all of the stuff I need to know.
I'll give you a couple. Trent.
Yep. I want to see
Ronald Oley. And if I'm not mistaken, the guy from Mizzou, Eric Beasel, did not get drafted.
Oh, he didn't get drafted.
So I'm thinking he might be one. And interesting, Will just commented that Houston did not draft a tight end at all.
Remember, you mentioned that last night.
Yeah,
They weren't going to do that.
They didn't. Houston did not draft a tight end.
Well, they don't use a tight end. So
exactly.
I explained to Arlington a little bit. The run and shoot is predicated on 4 wide receivers and a running back every play.
Right.
They don't use a fullback. They don't use a tight end, and wide receivers invent the routes every down. And the fullback usually moves out to the left, rolls out to the right. And I think that's why they went out and got another quarterback.
Yeah. Now, that's my picks. Arlington, who do you have? Who do you think?
You kind of took him, man. It was like when you said Eric Weisel, man, I was like, dang. I thought about that, and I would love to see Trent Richardson there, but he didn't get any. I'm like, none? Zero? I'm like, those are 2 guys that I can see getting picked up in the supplemental draft.
Now, John, you said there was the one guy out of the CFL to watch.
Well, there's quite a few, actually. There's a running back that plays, I believe it's Saskatchewan. I can't figure his name out right now, but he played for June Jones at Hawaii.
Right.
And he's about 30 years old. He's got that body type, that 6'2", 240-pound build. Doesn't run a whole lot. He's like a fullback mostly, but he can kind of bounce to the outside and catch a ball out in the flat. That's the kind of running back that June Jones uses, and he likes people that are familiar with his stuff. So Jagarrett Davis is the second leading sacker in the league.
Right.
He is a friend of mine and Stacy's. We talk to him often. And I think he will be in Houston when the season starts. I think he will be in that next draft. Here's another thing, guys. What if a quarterback like Garrett Gilbert gets released at the regular season's end? Let's say the Browns don't make the playoffs and Black Monday happens, and they release guys so they don't have to pay them up until March 8th or whatever it is. What if a guy like Garrett Gilbert lands out there? Are you willing to just cast away one of your 8 inaugural quarterbacks and say, hey, guys, I'm sorry, Garrett Gilbert's available. We got to do what we got to do. You're now fighting for a spot.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of situations like that in this next draft. And Oliver Luck has said they're probably going to have 3 or 4 drafts throughout the calendar year every season. So we haven't finalized when they're all going to be, but man, oh man, this is exciting stuff to think about and talk about.
One last question before you go with John, as we talk to John Turner for FootballWorld.com. John, why no Johnny Manziel? Are we going to see anything from it, or it's just like, you know what, it's going to pass him by and we just going to go without him?
I know that Johnny Manziel's social media, like his Twitter and his Instagram and all that, have been drop dead silent since like the month of May, late May, early June. He has been working out. He has been throwing footballs and lifting weights and drinking milk with Cal Ripken. So with that being said, I think we will see Johnny Manziel in the XFL this year. I think we will still see him in Houston. If we are wrong, I will get my Redskins tattoo covered up with something. But
BattlesHawks.
anyway, with that being said, I think we will definitely see Johnny Manziel in the XFL this year. I think they're saving secretly the best for last. I think they've got a few tricks up their sleeves. Some college players that we didn't expect to leave college might be jumping in the fray.
Right.
NFL players ending contracts that just want to try something new and fun, maybe as they slide out of the back door in the twilight of their careers. I think we're going to see some of that, and we might see some surprises of some names that, oh my God, I thought he was done with football. I'm still in that camp that says that
he's not coming, John. Quit saying it. T.O. is not coming to the XFL.
Oh,
no,
God.
I didn't say T.O.
Yeah, I know what you were doing.
I think T.O. and Chad Johnson would be great.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, the next time
that we bring him in here too.
Stop it.
The next time we converse, John, we got to talk about the gaming aspect for the XFL, because that is going to be one of the biggest assets to the league and what's going to make it work.
I'm down. We don't have. We can be live. We can record it. I don't care.
Well, our neighbors are starting to get loud.
Yeah, our neighbors are.
Yeah, our neighbors are starting to
unite us as shoes, if you like.
There you go. Our neighbors are starting to get loud. We would have had you on earlier, but they wanted us to get Jordan on the show, so that's kind of why we pushed you back a little for that. We apologize, but we had to talk to the quarterback of our team.
I'll send you guys a text tomorrow. If I can get Cardell or Hamilton or Eric A. Moses on, I'll let you know who's coming on.
Okay.
And that'll give you an idea of what kind of questions you guys might have, and I'll definitely get you guys on if I can have him in there so I can just show this team here in D.C. Look at how excited they are in other cities. They want to talk to our guys. You know, I'm going to reach out to that guy up in the fan zone, XFL 2K down in Houston, man. It's time for us to get together.
Right.
Yes, it's
and really expose the league to more people so it succeeds, for crying out loud.
Oh, yeah. 100%, John.
Yeah.
We agree with you 100%. John, I do got a question for you to ask Cordell. Asking, what is he expecting the difference between the NFL and the XFL?
Ooh.
What do you think he's expecting as a quarterback coming from the NFL and then coming to the XFL? What are his expectations? Ask him that question.
Expectations of basic the differences.
Yeah, ask him that. What does he think the differences are going to be?
Okay.
Because there's going to be a lot of different rule changes.
So, I can ask him that tomorrow when I see him.
Right, yeah.
If I get the opportunity. But I'm definitely going to try to – I'm going to poke and prod and get them 3 tri-lambdas on a show, and I'm going to get you guys involved, man. I'm going to let them know we got lots of people talking about this stuff, and lots of people.
That's right. A lot of people
All over
are
the place.
come on board and quit being all conservative.
That's right. Everybody around the United States. John, tell everybody where they can find you. Our neighbors just keep getting louder and louder. Even though we have the headphones in, it's still harder to hear. It's harder to hear you. I know the people can't hear it, but we can, and the soundproofing ain't doing so damn well.
They can hear it. I've seen the soundboard going with music.
Tell people where they can find you at.
All right, so basically, just know the word "a football world." Don't forget about the A football world. We got a football world discussion group right across the street on Facebook. I got a football world on YouTube. I just put up shower rankings where it's me in the shower ranking teams.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Thanks. That's what I needed on my YouTube feed.
Really?
Appreciate it, John. Nice of you, pal.
You know, we got the Twitter, we got the Instagram. I haven't figured out how to use Instagram. I'm not young enough.
Thank God.
But,
You just take pictures of food and say
website,
things.
we've got everything from a store. We got a football consignment store coming up. So if you've ever wanted to sell something that's football to somebody else that's a football fan, you can use me. We're like the football eBay. I just want a tiny piece of the
I like
action.
that, man.
There you go.
I like that.
All right, John. Thanks for joining us, buddy, and we'll be talking to you soon.
All right, guys. BattlesHawks.
There you go. We got John to say it. There you go. Yeah, we got John to say it. I love it. I love it. It's getting loud.
I apologize. I wasn't ready for that question.
Yeah,
guys.
we could tell. You're still new.
Yeah. One comment before we go.
Right.
Would Sam Bradford be a choice for the supplemental draft? He's still a free agent.
That is true.
I'm like, I think they're gonna look for more younger guys, and I think David was being a little bit more comical with that choice.
That is true.
Hey, Linda, I want to thank everybody. I saw Kylie, I saw Wyatt, Keegan. So you guys join us tomorrow. We'll be at Westport.
Yes.
Social. The party is from 6 to 8. We'll be there a little bit earlier.
One
Get
question
set up.
real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
We're never going to talk about the defensive line, really.
You know what? We have to do it on the next show.
We'll do it on the next show.
We'll do it there.
Yeah, let's do it there.
Okay.
We'll do it
So
there.
we'll do it there because
I'll be there tomorrow. So.
we will have some of the players. The players will be there, so we'll try to get some of the players. You know, special thanks to our quarterback, Jordan
Ta'amu. Not Tay anything.
Ta'amu.
Yeah. He is a 10 out of 10.
Jordan, 10 out of 10.
I love it. Yeah, there you go. Jordan, 10 out of 10 Ta'amu.
That's gonna be tough, especially going against teams like LA, man.
Man, I can see the signs now in the Hawks Nest. Jordan, 10 out of 10 Ta'amu. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining us. And again, literally, thank you to every single person on all of our pages on the In the Zone Network, on One Universal, on the XFL STL show, on Alliance XFL,
baby.
on the official St. Louis BattlesHawks fan page. Thank you guys for supporting us. It's without you guys, we couldn't do this, and we would not be in the position that we are in, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it. I am Dirty from One Universal Production, sitting right over there in a joint production from In the Zone Network. My partner in crime, you see his name right there, the A-Train himself.
Arlington Lane, baby.
And you will be seeing Scotty B here more. And big thanks to our man, Will. Sandy Taylor, I know you're watching. Sandy Johnson.
Yes, I know she's watching. Yes.
Arlington. Right at the same time, we're looking in the cameras. We know you're watching.
We know you're watching.
We need you to call us.
Hey, and everyone over at the original St. Louis BattlesHawks fan page group on Facebook, over 4,000.
Thank you.
Wrong. Thank every last one of you.
Thank you to Zach. Thank you to David Bennett. And with that being said, we will see you guys next Wednesday for our new time at 8 o'clock. And we will see you tomorrow at the Westport Social. Caw-caw!